In this video, I'll tell you about Layer States Manager and Layer Filters in BricsCAD. I'll assume that you have basic knowledge of Layer tool, and with that, let's begin. So here we have a drawing, and in this drawing we have many layers, as you can see here in this drop down list. Also, currently I am in the drafting environment, but if you want to change that workspace or the environment, then you can go to the status bar, right click on this drafting option and change it to something else, for example maybe modeling option, and here also you will find the layer option right here on the top left. So in this case I will activate the drafting environment and I'll work with that. So let's start by adding some layer states, and layer states are an effective way of managing different states of layer. In this case, all the layers are active. So we'll change some states and then we'll save them in our drawing. So we'll first start with all of these layers which are currently active. So I'll go to layers, and now this will open the layers panel. On this panel, the option for layer state is right here. So I'll click on this, and this will open the drawing explorer with layer states, and this is the layer state which I've added. But if you don't have any layer state, it will show completely blank, and just to keep us on the same page, I'll delete this layer state by selecting this delete option. Now we are in the completely blank panel and we'll add a layer state. So I'll click on new and I'll call it all active and I'll press enter. So now we have a layer state, and we have not done anything yet, but still we have a layer state. Now if you close these options, you'll once again return back to the same drawing where all the layers were active, but now we'll make some changes here. So I'll go to turn off option, turn layer off, this option, and I'll turn off this layer, the door layer, and maybe this pillar as well. All right, there we have it. Now we have made some changes in our drawing, and now we want to save this setting, this current state of layer in which these three layers are off, as a layer state. Also, we want to lock wall layer. So we have the wall layer right here. So I'll just lock this layer. All right, now we are done. Let's save it as a layer state. So I'll go to layers. Once again, I'll click on this option and I'll click on new layer state, and I'll call it lock and off and press enter, and we have the next layer state. Now in a similar way, you can make changes to your drawing and add a couple of more layer states. So once again, I'll just go to this freeze option, and this time let's just freeze the walls, these walls, and maybe we'll leave these walls for now. So that's kind of sufficient, or maybe we can just freeze this part of the drawing as well. All right, now we are done. So let's save it as a layer state. So once again, I'll go to layers, layer state, and let's call it wall freeze. All right, so we now have three layer states. I'll close it, and now if you click on this list, this drop down list, you will find that all the layer states are listed here. So if I go back to all active layer, look at this, all the layers will now show active just like the default state. If I click this drop down and change it to lock and off, it will show the locked and the off layers, and exactly like what we did. And finally, wall freeze, where walls or the selected objects are right now not visible and the layers are frozen here. So in this case, these changes are not only visible here in the layers panel, but they're also visible in the drawing area. So if I move it side to this side, you will notice the changes here. Now I'll go to this drop down and change it to all active, and look at this, all the layers are active. Similarly, lock and off, and there we have it. So this will change our drawing as well. So once again, I'll change the state to all active. And now let's talk about layer filters. So just like layer states, layer filter is also a great tool which can help you manage large list of layers, but it works in a little different way. The layer filter tool is right next to this layer state, and that's here. So this is the layer filter. Click on layer filter, and this will once again open your drawing explorer, but in this case we have filters here instead of layer states. Now To see how it works, I am going to just expand this a little bit so that we have more of these options visible. And now I'll click on this new filter option and I'll give it a name. So let's call it a red filter. And now we'll create a filter which contains all the red layers. For that, we need to go to the property which is color, because obviously we are right now talking about color. So I'll go to color, I'll click on this box and I'll select red and OK. There we have it. So we now have only 2 layers in our drawing with this kind of criteria, so that's filtered out. And if I click OK, the filter is now added here permanently. Now in a similar way, we can add as many filters as we want. So once again, I'll go to filter, and now let's see what are the other criteria that we can select. So 0.4 is, or maybe 0.15 mm is the line weight which is applied to a couple of lines. So I'm going to use that as a criteria. So let's go to line weight and let's change it to 0.15, which is this one. And we have 5 of these objects with this criteria. Now you can add multiple properties as well. For example, we have line weight applied here, and you can, along with line weight, apply the color as well, maybe blue. And now only single layer meets this kind of criteria. So it will make a filter out of these 2. Click OK if you want to give it a default name, and if you want to give it a name, then give it a name and then click OK. So maybe I'll call it 0.15 line weight, or maybe line weight. So LW, short for line weight, and click OK, and we have another layer filter. So these are the property filter, which are pretty easy to create. But now if you want to create the property filter using names, now things will become a little different. So for that, I'm going to once again go to this new filter, and now I'll give it a name. So maybe I'll just call it furniture layer. Okay, now in this case, we'll make a filter which contains all the layers containing furnitures. For that, we'll use the layer name here. I'll click on layer name, and now all the layers which contain furniture has fern in their name. Somewhere in their name they have this kind of this text, so fern. So here we have this first layer, fern, then we have this furniture, again we have fern here, and then we have this one. It's not starting with fern, but we have I-fern here. So we have 3 of these layers at least. So now we need to create a filter of all these 3 layers. To do that, we need to use wildcard characters. And to understand this, I'm going to first start by adding fern in the name. So I'll type fern and I'll press tab key, and look at this. None of the layers will show up here because none of the layers has this name. But now after fern, I'm going to type asterisk sign, and I'll press tab key once again, and now something changed. Well, as soon as I added asterisk sign, BricsCAD will assume that now after fern, the characters can be anything. So the first 4 characters will be fern, and after fern, the characters can be anything just because of this asterisk. But we have one more layer where the characters before this fern is something else. So for that, we need to add asterisks before this fern as well. So I'm going to add asterisks before this furniture, and I'll press tab key, and now we have all the layers filtered out here. So now this criteria says that we need to make a filter where 4 characters are fern, and characters before fern and after fern can be anything. And that's our filter. I'll click OK, and that's our filter created here. In a similar way, you can use other wildcard characters to create many other filters. Before I wrap this up, I will create one more filter using the question mark character. So for that, I'm going to go to this filter again, and let's call it third C character. So maybe 3RDC. And now in this case, we want to create a filter where name contains C at 3rd place. Now that's a specific kind of layer filter. So for that, I'm going to start with question mark. Now question mark indicates that this character can be anything. Then again question mark, again the second character can be anything, and the 3rd character should be C. Let's type C here. Now after C, the characters can be anything. So for that, I'm going to type asterisk as we did in the previous example. There we have it. And that's our filter. Press tab, and we now have 3 layers that meet this criteria. So in all the 3 layers, third character is C. Click OK, and this filter is also added. So now we have a few filters here in our drawing. I'm going to close Drawing Explorer, and if you go to this list, you will find all the layer filters. For example, all the list of layers, then third character is C, the furniture layer, and the line weight layer. Also, we have this tiny icon which will invert the filter. So if I select maybe the red filter, look at this, it will show only the red colored layer. But if you invert the filter, it will show all the layers except the red layer. So that's what this invert filter option is for. So I'm going to change it back to normal and all layer, and I'll close it. And that's the layer filter. Now, both of these tools are useful when you have large data sets, lots of drawing objects, and lots of layers in your drawing. And it's not super useful for drawings containing fewer layers, but nevertheless, if you have a big list of layers, go ahead, try these tools, and let me know what you think of these layer filter tools in the comment section. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video.